After suffering an injury that damaged his spinal cord, high schooler Brady isn't letting it damage his spirit. In fact, he's hoping his story can inspire others to push forward in times of hardship. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Max Hofer introduces you to Brady and how he's still a team player both on and off their field.
Growing up playing football in the small town of Platte, South Dakota, Brady knows what it's like to be a part of a team.
I started playing football in 4th grade in Mount Vernon. They had Mount Vernon Area Youth Football Program.
As he grew, so did his love for the game. Eventually, he earned a spot on the Platte Geddes High School varsity football team.
I'm generally just a sports fan. I like sports in general. My favorite sports are baseball and football.
Then, one night in October of 2017, he was driving back from watching a volleyball game in Chamberlain when he got in a severe car accident.
Ended up rolling my vehicle and then was ejected and I broke my back.
He says that he couldn't remember much of the accident, but it's something his parents, Troy and Christina, would never forget.
I was pretty much out until a good 2 days later.
The next phone call we got was hearing our oldest son in the entryway just screaming.
They got word from a resident recognizing Sprick's vehicle on the side of the road, and his parents didn't hesitate to find him.
We backed out of our driveway, not really knowing where we were going to drive to find him, and the cop car was pulling into our driveway as we were leaving. So
the cop pulled up and he said, "Obviously you guys know what's going on." And we said, "Yep." And he said, "Well, just get there." And I said, "Well, how fast can I go?" He said, "As fast as you can and get there safely."
He was quickly rushed to the closest hospital in Chamberlain, where after a couple of days, he found out that he suffered a T5 spinal cord injury. Sprick couldn't move from his chest line down.
I used to say it was the worst night of our life, but it's not, because we still have him, and we know families that don't have their loved ones, so it's just a different life, and we're thankful that it wasn't more severe than it was.
Do it again.
The family attended the Craig Hospital in Denver, Colorado for physical therapy.
His right leg didn't move at all until January 1st. There was no movement for 2.5 months in his right leg.
It was there he found plenty of support, whether it was physical or emotional.
There was countless people, I can't even remember how many people, that every day there was somebody coming in to say hello and drop stuff off and help out. And
there were a lot of families. Honestly, we've met so many amazing families. If there was a blessing to be had from all this, is the number of people that we've met through it.
Even though Brady was knocked down, he refused to stay out. After about 2.5 months, he was able to return to school on January 2nd. Today, he's a senior.
I'm up and walking with crutches. I have forearm crutches that I get up and walk with.
Brady is unable to play football, but he's formed a different team. For his senior project, he created a fundraiser to benefit families that have gone through similar circumstances. He created a walk, roll, run 5K to raise funds for Game Plan for Hope.
We had, roughly 130?
No, there was 300 T-shirts ordered and 180 people there.
The event was also created to raise awareness about suicide.
We felt that we needed to do something to give back to other people just because of how much has been given to us.
Today, Brady still needs the wheelchair, but he can walk roughly 500 feet using crutches, getting him one step closer to walking down the aisle for his senior graduation.
He's going to graduate on time with his class, and we couldn't be more proud of him for pushing himself to still be where he's at.
And despite not being able to play sports, he's still very much a part of the team.
Thursday nights we do team suppers. All the entire team goes over to one of the churches in the town, and the parents have a meal prepared and we all eat together.
Brady says that while he's let go of the past, he'll always have a firm grip on his faith.
You find that new niche in life that God has for you. I mean, he might not sound like the right thing to say, but he's putting you through this for a reason. You know, He wants to prove to you that you can do anything that's put in front of you.
Just keep going. It gets easier. It might not be for a while, but it gets easier. Just keep going. You'll find new things to do. You'll find new people. It'll get better.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Max Hofer.
The Sprick family visits the Craig Hospital every 3 months to continue Brady's physical therapy. Recently, he scored a once-in-a-lifetime touchdown in the Panthers' 42-6 win over Gregory. Sprick entered the game following a timeout where he lined up as the running back. He took the ball and, with the help of a couple of his teammates, walked across the goal line for a touchdown. Players from both teams applauded. Brady kept the game ball.